The need for assurance is set to become an increasing part of artificial intelligence and the automation of knowledge worker services. While the emerging regulatory regimes will influence the level of assurance necessary, we know that assurance will be required, whether it is for customer care, export management, or compliance. Business opportunities exist for the assurance of AI. The assurance demand is increasing. Management will be on a risk-based approach, and existing legislation will carry forward, e.g. defamation cases, whether caused by AI or not. Discover more on these prospects and openings in this video. Let's get into it. In this ad hoc series, we selectively reflect on business aspects of trends in technology. The intent is to look at emerging opportunities stemming from technology changes, but from a business perspective. Beyond any initial laughter and skepticism inherent with any level of crystal ball gazing, a question resonating may be along the lines of, why is this series different to all of the other commentary and analysis seen? Simple. It's not about commentary and analysis. The series is about taking proven business practicalities and pragmatics with what is occurring on the ground and taking a moment to reflect on what we are experiencing. For the skeptical, we talk about trends and impacts we experience in business. Though we may not know how the trends will pan out, these trends are occurring now with inherent opportunities. We are not about hype, and we have no backing or vested interests to support us. Above all, we are trying to help others through the sharing of skills and expertise to assist with business preparation for transformation around technology. In this session, aspects of assurance for AI are presented with the resulting related business opportunities. Like a merchant selling supplies to miners in a gold rush, those involved in artificial intelligence, AI, and the automation of knowledge worker services appreciate the related opportunities. Returns from AI can be made without actually coding or designing. From lawyers seeking restoration for invalid AI decisions, to the protection of intellectual property, and through the related consulting services and advisory, a range of business opportunities are emerging with growing demand. While the regulatory regime around AI is still to be developed, we can expect that ongoing development and revisions will be the norm. We can also expect that existing rules, laws, and regulations will continue, e.g. defamation prosecutions, whether the content is generated by AI or not. AI and assurance will be driven on a risk-based approach by the familiar costs. The costs of inaction and non-compliance on a risk-based approach versus the cost to implement will influence the assurance of AI. Regulatory. Varying regulatory and compliance regimes will occur. Markets. Business will respond to markets in how they assure AI, e.g. varying implementation for logistics. Incumbency. The actions of incumbents, the time to revise policies and procedures, and the responses of government all have an influence. Vested interest. The lobbying and support of vested interest will impact the assurance of AI. Customers. The demands of customers are already seen in data breaches and cybersecurity, and this will carry across into the assurance of AI. In response to the drivers, the familiar issues seen in the response will impact the assurance of AI. We can already see the business opportunities and the aptness of the gold rush analogy, especially as demand increases. Before we proceed further with the openings and prospects for assurance around AI, let's look at a business pragmatic. AI assurance will need to support both legitimate business operations as well as help to detect and prevent criminal activities, e.g., use of AI assurance in detecting financial crime. Whether known criminal, inducing others to criminal activity, or inadvertent criminal actions. The opportunities for the use of AI and its assurance to bypass and to enable the commitment of crimes is out of scope. On a risk-based approach and varying with the regulatory and compliance regime, the AI assurance measures will change, but at its core are some overall and business-specific needs to be implemented. Assurance of AI has common elements including strategy, leadership, and decision-making with the required responses to circumstance. From lobbying regulators to acquisitions or sales of business adversely impacted by AI, or with restrictive costs or assurance, we see business opportunities as well as the importance of a risk-based approach in assurance of AI. The need for risk management, awareness across the business on the many impacts, the requirements of oversight and audit, as well as the need for consistency of use and application of AI assurance is seen. The openings and prospects for business can be seen. It is in the implementation in which the return and rewards are seen. The alignment of AI and its assurance with its risks and rewards is clear. This makes AI assurance integral to future risk management. AI assurance will operate on a risk-based approach in response to the changing environment. Existing business risks, project risk, and overall enterprise risk management will evolve to meet the AI assurance needs. But daily risk management is expected to change. Revisions to risk management profiles apply, and the management of controls is set to change. Whether it is rationalization and cost savings to new business opportunities and risk advisory, risk operations, strategy and transformation, responding to emerging standards, and more are all there to be realized. The alignment of AI assurance with risk management sees the use of the familiar three-line model. The need for AI assurance, whether it be compliance or customer demand, also drives the use of the familiar three-line model, which will encompass audit, an audit function to apply in the assurance of AI as part of the overall audit needs, especially in highly regulated industries. Shared and support services, the common second line function of shared services across the business for consistency of use, as well as the supporting service to ensure the use and quality of outcomes. Operations, where the first line is embedded in the operations with ownership at source and assurance of outcomes. Again, the business opportunities around AI assurance can be seen. The challenge lies in how they are realized. In adopting and adapting to the risk-based approach to AI assurance, common themes are clear. Behaviors, the need for capacity and capability building for crafting and shaping to enable adoption and adaptation is required. From the behaviors comes the outcomes. This is an extensive business opportunity. Risk-based approach. Further embedding of a risk-based approach with the required skills, expertise, operations, and governance is required to meet the AI assurance needs. Another business opportunity. Policies, standards, and procedures. The existing policies, standards, and procedures will need to be reviewed on a risk-based approach to ensure the AI needs are accommodated. Whether discrimination is caused by AI or not, the discrimination policy applies, but it may need to be extended or augmented. While this may be a cost to one business, it is revenue for another. The respective frameworks for management are revised and applied to include AI. Quick wins. As appropriate, the use of staged, incremental, iterative approach with small changes to set the tone, which is then more widely applied. Some examples are shown, but of note is peer review steps, as well as sensible limits on what can be used within public systems. The emerging opportunities will include the use of AI in the assurance of AI, which will bring its own openings and prospects. The business opportunities around AI assurance fall into the themes of new or revised products and services for revenue growth or market protection, cost savings and efficiencies with necessary structural changes, mergers and acquisitions to support changes in business, divestment of businesses adversely impacted by the changes or where the costs become restrictive, must-do changes, which is just the cost of doing business. Assurance of AI creates its own prospects, but often of more impact is the indirect opportunities which come because of the need for AI assurance. Within the overall AI assurance on a risk-based approach, we see prospects around technology. This is the main area of focus for AI assurance, with areas of application development, enhancement, and integration including the need for specific solutions for controls management in AI assurance is an emerging opportunity. Systems integration with the monitoring of use and performance is another area of priority. The standing up of private AI solutions with the management of the learning and data management is also a priority, with the required access management across stakeholders. Revisions to operations and services will occur around AI assurance with the required management. AI assurance is also expected to help in the adoption and transition to serverless architecture. Advisory. A range of advisory services will be enhanced and provided for assurance of AI, from legal issues, vendor contracts to strategic advice. Many service prospects and openings exist. Data. One of the key areas for assurance is data, whether it is access, service models, derived products, managing the quality, or protection of data. Business openings for products and services in data occur. The acquisition of data providers is an area for investment. Algorithms, from the development of algorithms, benchmark testing to regulatory frameworks, algorithms are a major opening for products and services. For auditors and regulators, algorithms are an area to address, and for developers of algorithms, many opportunities exist. Algorithm management is emerging as a service required by business. These are just some of the openings seen today. Many more prospects are set to emerge around AI overall. Please remember, those discussed are just in the assurance of AI, with the key message being in the extent and diversity of openings. In providing approaches and areas for AI assurance, a series of business openings and prospects are identified. How these will roll out is dependent upon a range of factors, including customer demands and regulatory responses. The where, when, how, and by whom the opportunities are realized is to be determined. But what is clear is the need and increasing demand. We wish you well for your exciting future. Thank you for your time. Please share with others. Feel free to subscribe and add your